Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of Fursuit Nation. I'm your host, Firefly, and today we're going to be learning about your fursuit character, performance, basically bringing your character to life. So, we're going to get started right here off the bat, try to make this episode a little bit shorter than the last one. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see, this is my second take on this, so something happened with the original files and I lost them somewhere in cyberspace. If you ever come across them, let me know because I'd like to get them back. First off the bat, bringing your character to life. You have many different opportunities, many different avenues, paths that you can go down to try to create your character and make them unique and stand out. One of the first that comes to mind, at least for me, probably not that much for other people because they always want to stand out, is just to be yourself. That's what I do here on the show. I am what you get. So I don't put on an act. What you see is what you get, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you want to go beyond just being yourself out there, you really need to start practicing. You need to start doing, trying different things out, just getting kind of comfortable. And one of the best ways to do that is just get a mirror. Bathroom mirrors work great. A good polished window, or if you've got a nice car, wax it up real good and stand in front of it in suit. Try different postures, different gestures, different poses, if you will. Just different ways to express yourself. And what you're going to want to do is try to get a good look from different angles. Because what might look good from one angle might look pretty awkward, if not downright terrible, from another angle. So if you can't see all the way around because you have limited vision, you might want to consider setting up a camera and recording yourself actually in front of the camera so you can get a full 360-degree view of different poses. One thing too, you could have somebody hold the camera and you strike a pose and have them just walk all the way around you so you don't even have to move. So that's an idea that's tossed out there. Now, one of the biggest ways to really bring a character to life is to use a voice or a set of vocals that is vastly different than what you would use in everyday normal conversation. So, for example, you might have something really, really high and really excited, and you might really like to, not let the computer crash and do fun stuff and really hang out with friends. But then at the same time, you might want to be more kind of serious and gruff, and you don't really want to jump into things. You want to kind of take it slow, and I mean, just whatever works best, really. One thing that's really going to help with this is by looking at your fursuit itself and try to determine, based on just looking at it, what do you feel when you look at your fursuit? What emotion does it inspire in you? Do you look at it and you feel that, it's kind of grumpy and going to be kind of a grouch type character? Or is it really happy and you're going to be one of those excited, bouncing all over the place? What does your fursuit feel like? I know I've seen it, I'm sure many of you have seen it, where you have a suit that its character, its personality does not match that of the suit versus the actual performance of the suitor. And despite being downright awkward to see that, it doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably not looking for any words. It's just weird. So try to find something that fits. And if you have the opportunity to commission a fursuit, write down what emotions or character traits that you want that character to have beforehand, and ask the maker to try to incorporate those into the suit that you're having commissioned. And if you're making your own, props to you. That's going to be all up to you how it turns out. So, if you're more of the silent type, this works really well if anybody has any experience in mime. I have no idea. I literally can't find my way out of a box, mainly because I can't figure out where the box is, kind of deal. But if you want to be one of those silent suitors, then the big aspect is you're going to have to pick up a lot on body language and different gestures. Gestures? Is it gestures or gestures? I don't know. There's one of them's the word I'm looking for. The other one's a game. It's one of those. So you're going to have different like arm movements, different ways you tilt or cock your head, and it's just going to be there to create the emotion where you have any lack of auditory interaction with your audience, your fans, hopefully. And it can be a reward in and of itself because you don't have to be in suit to bring that character to life. So, and that brings us to our next one. We're getting through these real quick, so use your suit to your full potential. And really what that means is if you have various aspects, different key elements of a suit, use them. Don't let them just speak for themselves. Actually get out there and tout them around. If you have an interesting fur pattern, show it off. Make that part of your character. If you have, say, a prop that you carry around or use, really incorporate that into a lot you do and get other people involved. That's one of the big things. If you can get other people involved, then the rest almost, it seems, flows naturally. I myself, a little bit of background, why I feel I can talk on this subject. I've done lots of acting in numerous plays, playing everything from pretty much back audience and choir to the lead role in different productions. And that was years ago, back, I think way back in junior high. I don't do that anymore, though occasionally I do work backstage from time to time. So can never really get out of theater, I guess. And acting in and of itself is a great way to learn about characters and being able to distinguish and bring to life one character versus another. If you think about it, there is so much out there that you can glean from. And you can go to acting websites, you can read books on how to perform. You can actually look at, I guess it's blogs almost, on how to write. Writers, believe it or not, I am one of them, are, I wouldn't say masters, but they're pretty good at being able to bring individual characters to life and really make you feel that they're different, even though they're coming out of the same person's mind. So, yeah, nothing awkward about that at all. So, another thing we want to touch on here is, what if you have more than one suit? Now, myself as an example, I have Firefly and I also have Alpine. Alpine is silent. The only time I talk in suit is if I'm in the Headless Lounge and I'm dying. So, that's pretty much it for him. So I can use whatever vocals I want with Firefly, and it'll be a completely different experience for whoever's out there. Just because I'm acting differently in suit. One I'm talking, one I'm not. And really, if you want to differentiate, especially between two characters that talk, maybe try to give one an accent, or he says something regularly, or make it unique. Don't focus on what's similar. Find what's different between the different characters. Is there something that one likes and the other doesn't? Is there something that this character has in their past, per se, if you're writing fan fiction or any type of fiction. Is there something in their past that's significant to them? And really draw that out with that character. Make it a focal point. And that really helps make it more believable if you can pull that off, where each character has its own backstory, per se. So, get out there. And the big thing is you just have to practice. So, find friends, find cameras. Hopefully, if you find a camera, try to get the person's YouTube so you can actually see what the end result is. Avoid news cameras, for the most part. You don't want to see yourself on the news. Most people don't want to see you on the news either. So, it has nothing to do with you personally, it just has to do with the fandom in general. So, stay off the news, avoid those cameras, hound down every other camera. I don't know how much recording's left, so we're going to take a quick break here. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more, I guess, about performance. And then I have a few announcements as well. So we'll see you in a little bit. And we're back. So to continue on, we're going to talk about performance. And I broke them down into, I guess, 4 main categories on different ways to bring your character out. The first one I put down is dance, because that one comes immediately to mind. Also, that's kind of a reminder, I haven't done a dance video in a while, so I need to do that. Maybe if I have time, I'll do one tomorrow. Really depends on how long it takes to upload. So with dancing, there's a whole menagerie of styles and different ways you can go about that. There's freestyle, which is what I prefer because there's really no rules. I have no background. I have no formal instruction in any type of dance. What I learned, I either taught myself or watched YouTube videos. And I'll have to say I probably watched 2 or 3 hours of people shuffling and then ended up practicing maybe 4 hours a day for a whole week in the garage in California's heat. And I think I can shuffle okay, but then I discovered that I can't shuffle to save my tail when I'm wearing fursuit paws, feet paws. So that's kind of out the window. As far as dancing goes, though, you can do, there's partner dancing, more classical type waltzes, and you can go all the way up and you have the jazz, and you have ballets, and really, dance is a great way to express yourself, and you have to think about it too. What you might like might not be what would fit well with the character or what you're trying to portray the character as. So try to find music, especially if you do dance videos, that fits with the character's personality. Firefly, really upbeat, more kind of a go-getter, care less about what other people think, honestly, and just out there to have a good time. If you have a really shy character, you might not want to do the really fast electric type techno dance music. You might want something slower, more like a waltz, or that's pretty much all that comes to mind. I don't know much about music, okay? I know even little about dance. So next here in performance are skits and comedy. I kind of lump those two together. If you've been on YouTube at all for any length of time, you've probably heard the term sketches. And those are literally just short skits, usually just to elicit a laugh. And the nice thing with those is you can practice. You can do it for however many takes you want, and then put the best parts of it together and show the world. If you're doing it live, that's kind of hard to do, so make sure you practice well beforehand, because you want to get it right the first time. You get a better laugh that way. People will still laugh if you fall on your face and everything, but it's just better if you do it when you're supposed to versus tripping as you climb up on stage because you didn't see that extra step that the guy warned you about. So that's the nice thing about those is they can be rehearsed. You can get a set routine, and that's the routine that you show. Now, as far as that goes, really, you can have so much involved with that. Lost my train of thought. Anyway, moving on. Next on the list is another combined one, that's acting, which we touched a little bit on, and cosplay. Cosplay, literally costume playing, is a form of role-playing per se, where you dress up as a particular character. Usually it's going to be a character out of fiction, could be a character out of history even, so non-fiction. Oftentimes it's from anime, it can be from a particular movie, a book. It's going to be usually something that is readily recognizable by a specific fandom, and you're out there dressed or in attire similar to that person, behaving in a way that that character would, as if they had been plucked right out of whatever universe they're from and thrown into the convention space or wherever they happen to be cosplaying at. So, and that's really where fursuiting got its start. Cosplay, more with licensed, copyrighted characters. Fursuit's more with your own characters, OCs, original characters. Now, the nice thing about cosplay is you can literally throw on a mask, and if you're good, disappear into a convention and never have anybody know who you really are under that mask or under all that fur. So, I like that aspect of it. There's a lot of animosity. No. You know what I'm trying to say? Can't say it right now. I've got fur in my mouth, so. Anyway, going on. So with cosplay, you can really amp it up. You can also be terrible at it to the point where people know who you are just because you botch a character so well. And that's not necessarily a good thing. So try your best to really do a good job if you're going to do cosplay. If it's an original character, nobody knows how that character is supposed to act. So you get to bring that character to life and really create what the norm is. So it's nice in that regards for fursuiting versus regular cosplay. Now last, voice changing. I'm getting a little excited here because I'm near the end. The last thing we have under our performance category is just hanging out. And this is a great way, especially if you want to just be yourself, is hang out with some friends, family, if they came with you, maybe. Maybe not. So hang out with some friends, and this is a great place to practice when you're hanging out with buddies, is just to, hey, how does this look? And strike a pose or do a set of motions and just ask them for their honest opinion. You'll get a lot more honest opinions from your close friends than you're going to get from complete strangers. And really, that's where it's great to learn. Because if you do something that looks really stupid or could be considered inappropriate if you did that with a picture with somebody else, you might not want to do that. And your friends are probably going to be able to break that news to you a little bit better than somebody else who might just zip up and walk the other way. So use your friends for that. Ask them their opinions. Try different things on them. Ask them, what's this look like? How does this, what emotion does this evoke in you when I do this? Or if I say this way, how does that make my character seem? Does it make him seem kind of snarky, or does it make him seem like he's more concerned? Or he's really insecure. You need to feel that stuff out and really practice. One great aspect that you can really do is to take a piece of paper and a pencil or a computer with a typing program on it. Write down key emotions, key traits, key phrases, key whatever. Stuff that you want to define your character. And really draw on those and just run those through your mind the entire time as you're practicing, as you're actually suiting in suit. Some of the best suitors are the ones where they've mastered the technique of being able to create a character that is so vastly different than their own individual personality that you would never be able to see how that person could create such a work of art. And I'll take that back. Sometimes it's not a work of art. Most of the times it is. Sometimes it's just downright creepy. You can tell it's late because I'm losing my mind. Alright. I think that pretty much sums it up. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to email me at FursuitNation@gmail.com or ask us on Twitter at FursuitNation. Also, follow us there as well. We're also on Fur Affinity and DeviantArt. The links are in the description at the bottom of the video, I think, if I can remember. So, and for announcements, there'll probably be a little bit of a blooper reel here near the end because I had difficulty shutting the camera off. So stick around for that. Before that, though, we have a few announcements and another thing which I'll explain here in a second. School for me is finally over, so expect Fursuit Nation episode at least once a month. If I get really bored, I may do more than one a month, but don't expect that to be the norm. Expect them once a month, and I'll let you guys know what the topics are over on Twitter beforehand, so you can send in any questions. I can't remember right now what the other one is. My marbles are really missing, and what I was able to find doesn't even fit anymore. So I'll let you guys know. You can send in questions. I'll try to do that at least 2 weeks in advance, and I don't care what your question is, how stupid you think it is. If it's a question you have, I can assure you somebody else somewhere out there has the same question, and you asking it is a great sigh of relief for that person. So ask away. I love to see your questions, get the chance to research a little bit behind them if I don't know, so I can help educate both you and myself, and I can really then see what my viewer base is interested in for future videos. I plan to put up dance videos. I'm going to try every 2 weeks. I was going to try to do one every week, but life got suddenly busy, and I'm currently looking for a job right now. I need full-time work because I have absolutely no income right now. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll try to do those every 2 weeks. We're doing a new series as well. This is tied with the contest. We had a contest winner. The link to the user page of the winning entry. The link to the user page is... There's 2 links down there. The first one is the link to the winner, the actual FA user page of the person who designed the suit. And the second one is a link to the uploaded design on my Fur Affinity account, so you guys can view it there. And we're going to use that as the basis for this new series that I'm working on. And if you've been watching YouTube, you notice I kind of uploaded the intro video for that series a little bit before this one. But I'm going to show it here in just a bit anyway in this video so you guys can see it. And that series is just a spin-off of Fursuit Nation. It's called Referred. And it's basically okay. It's literally a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on in creating a fursuit. And we're going to try to look at everything from the actual design process of sketching it on paper and holding it up to my head, maybe. I don't really care to have my face on TV that much or on the internet. I might skip that part, but you'll see everything from me actually designing it, gluing the foam together, creating the individual eyes. That's going to take a while because I've gone through so many designs and I have new material that I need to try out as well now. So we'll be working on that. The eyes itself will probably be an entire episode. I'm going to try to keep those shorter. They might be sped up. If you guys want commentary on those, let me know and I can commentate over it. But I honestly don't think you want to sit around for maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour to watch me cut a piece of foam. And as much as interesting as that might be for some people, the majority of people are probably going to fall asleep on the computer and end up hitting the keyboard, and they're going to end up on some strange site that who knows. So anyway, we'll wrap it up here, and we'll play the intro video for Fursuit Nation Refurred, and then we'll actually have some bloopers, and I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more as I fumble again trying to shut the camera off here again. So anyway, I'll catch you next time. I'm Firefly, and see you on the flip side. Now I can get my stick, my little light stick, I can shut the camera off. Press the button. Work. No. Work. Ah. Press the button. No! Dang it. Go! Go, go, go. No. How does this... Why is it not working? Does that work? I can't see. That's not working. Press the button. Press the stupid button. Press the button! Now I shut the camera off. Again. Oh dear. Well, at least I picked it up this time. Power. Bye-bye. No. Go away. No! Ah! Shoot. No! Ah! 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 Shut off! Shut off! Shut it off! Go away! Dang it!